Hey guys, I'm Darcy. So we are here in my office. It's basically just my desk behind me. There's a nice beautiful window on the other side that gives lots of natural light, so it's kind of a good filming spot. I did have to clean off my shelves though because it was kind of a mess before. Still kind of a mess, but that's okay. So I asked Twitter last week what you guys would like me to talk about this week, and they voted drafting, which is appropriate because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm working on a YA fantasy where, excuse me, my main character discovers that an heirloom necklace, a necklace that belonged to her mother, can absorb, I don't know if that's the right word, but can take power from starlight and convert it into magic. So I'm super excited. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm about 15,000 in now. And so here's the thing. Drafting for me has always been more of a sprint than a marathon. My first drafts tend to be messy, whether they take a week or 3 months. And so I figure just get it out and then I can fix it later, because you have to fix things later anyway. So why not? So this time I'm trying something new, trying to kind of force myself to pause and take stock in certain places. So I got to 10,000 words and I sent what I had, along with, the messiness and the notes that I leave myself and that kind of thing, send it to a couple of critique partners. And overall they were like, it's looking good. Maybe flesh this out here, maybe do this there, because I tend to write first drafts like skeleton drafts. So like a book that was going to end up being 80 or 90,000 words, the first draft is usually like 40 or 50, maybe, so it's usually very, very short. So I had 10,000 words and they said, it's looking good, keep going, and I kind of tried to ask, what things am I promising? What kind of things are you expecting? And they gave me good answers to those, which are the things that I wanted. So that's good. But I've never done that before. And doing that, forcing myself to kind of pause, has, I lost some momentum or something. So it's been a couple weeks since then. And I haven't written a whole lot more. I've written 5,000 words, which is good. But I could definitely be doing more. And so it's been a little bit of a struggle. And I wish there was a way that I could have both, that I could pause and take stock and not lose momentum. Maybe I'll try sending the next bit to someone else and not wait for feedback and just keep going. I don't know. We'll see. So that's what I'm doing right now. And in the past, what I've done is my best, my fastest drafted books have generally been during NaNoWriMo, on the years when I'm able to have a writing retreat with some friends. We generally will go up to my in-laws' family's cabin. They have a cabin up in the mountains, which is awesome. And just take a couple days to just write. And I did that. I've done that for the last 4 or 5 years. I can't remember. I think there was 1 year we skipped it because I was stupid crazy pregnant. And then last year I went, but I was working on an audiobook at the time, so I had to spend my time editing the audiobook instead of writing. So this year I'm hoping that I'll be able to just focus on writing at that retreat, because it's been a while and I miss the frantic, just get the words down, 20,000 words a day pace of that. It's adrenaline for me. I love drafting that fast. It just makes me feel so good. And it's, like I said, it's always messy. I never keep, a good half of it probably. It always changes, but for me, the point is to just get it out, to get the story on paper so that I can see where the problems are and maybe explore, you know, things that I didn't think about in the outlining stage, because I do outline, and that makes drafting go faster for me. But when I'm drafting, often the story will take a turn that I didn't outline, and, you know, I'll take a minute to go down that path and see where it leads and maybe try to connect it back in. And sometimes those work and sometimes they don't. But getting it down on paper is what, on paper, you know, on the computer, is the best way to see, for me at least, the best way to see what's working and what's not, you know. And then having awesome critique partners and beta readers is the next part of that, you know, because a lot of times, and this is kind of a tangent, a lot of times for me, I'll write something and a little voice in the back of my head goes, like, that's not gonna work. But I'm like, no, it works, it's fine, you know, I'm just gonna leave it. And then it gets through one critique partner, and then it gets through another beta reader, and then another critique partner will say, this really isn't working. And then I'll have to go back and fix it, because I was like, oh, dang it, I knew it wasn't working, and why didn't I listen to that part of myself? I tend to doubt that part of myself, or I tend to be lazy and just not listen, because I'm much happier having written something than writing it. Like, I love the feeling of having finished a project so much more than the feeling of actually creating it. Even though I love creating it, like my writing time is some of my favorite time, you know, like I love being able to go out and just write, but I love having written more, I think. So anyway, that's my thoughts on drafting. That's kind of my process, and this video has gotten already too long, so I'm gonna cut it off there and say thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Don't forget to go on Twitter and vote for what I should talk about next week. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.